Okay. Okay. You said that's okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Understanding on there that you were wanting to change your race on your birth certificate, and that's why the letter was written like it was because we were just letting you know that that individual's race is not on the birth certificate, only the race of the parents. And so we can't change your race because it's not there. But if you want to change the race from Negro to Black or African American, either one, I can mail you out the amendment forms to make the correction to the race of your parents to be one or the other of that. I can't take Negro off, but we can change it to either be Black or African American. But there is an amendment form you'll have to sign to do that and pay an additional $15 to make that change.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, on my birth certificate, it said Negro. It didn't, and I guess the print that said mother was not printed next to it,
Mm-hmm.
so it was cut off. So I assumed that was identifying me, but
Yeah,
as it,
for the format of the birth certificates for North Carolina especially, but for all of the, I'm not going to say all of the states, but the states that we're aware of, it's just the race of the parents that's recorded on there. And even when we issue the birth certificate, unless somebody specifically asks for the race to be included, normally our birth certificates are just the birth abstract that shows the name, date of birth, place of birth, and the parents' names, dates of birth, and places of birth. So normally the race of the parents is not even seen when we issue certificates unless requested for. But I'll be more than glad to mail out the form if you want to change that on your birth certificate of your parents and send that to you.
okay. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Okay, so okay, once again, the word Negro on my birth certificate is referring to my parents, not me.
That is correct.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. You
okay,
get to designate your race whenever you fill out whatever application, whether it's an application for a job or any agency, or even when you have children, you designate your race on the child's birth certificate.
right.
Um,
So right now, as
mhm.
an individual, I'm going to designate my race as Asiatic with my birth certificate. As amending my birth certificate to the my name is as a Moorish American, which is my nationality, and then my race, I prefer to have it Asiatic, amended to my
And
birth.
you'll be able to do that when let's say you fill out an application, and I don't know what agencies require race on them anymore, but let's just say it's application for a job, okay?
Okay.
And it has down there for your name, your address, all that, and it
Mhm.
has your race down there, then you would be able to designate your race as Asiatic. But as far as your birth certificate, or even if you were to have a child,
Mhm.
you would be able to say, that is my race. You'd be able to designate your race as Asiatic on your child's birth certificate. As whatever you designate your child's race to be, that is on any application that you do that, like at a doctor's office. You would be able to say that it's Asiatic there. But as far as the actual birth certificate, we can't designate an individual's race on that birth certificate because the format does not contain the race of an individual, only the race of the mother and father.
Oh, when did that? What? When
It's
it?
always been like that.
So,
Birth certificates have never contained the race of the individual
so if the
because that is up to the individual to designate themselves.
oh, oh, okay.
Whenever you fill out any paperwork anywhere that asks you to put your race down, you
Mhm.
get to tell what your race is. Just like the hospital, they would ask you when you go in and you fill out the paperwork to be registered, if they were to ask you your race, then you would be able to say Asiatic or whatever race you want to designate at that time.
Okay. Is there a possibility? Could you? Because I spoke to another vital records because my child was born in another state, not North Carolina, and he also went through the same process. And they were saying that I can get that he can do an attachment to the birth certificate. With
Yeah, we can't do attachments to the birth certificates because, again, there's nothing we can do to make any kind of change to an individual's race because, again, our certificates don't require that. It is not a format that's required through the state center and national statistics and everything. That is not a field that is on the birth certificate.
So, do you have me classified as with a race at all in your?
We don't have you classified as a race at all. Again, that is your
Oh.
choice when you fill out paperwork somewhere else.
Okay,
So if you were to have a child within, if you would say you would have a child tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
When you give birth to that child and you provide the information to the hospital that I want my child's name to be this is my date of birth, my place of birth, this is my name before marriage, this is the father's information, then it would ask for the parent's race. You would be able to designate your race as Asiatic. So you would be telling the hospital, this is my race.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you would not be providing a race for the child because the child's race is not going to be on the birth certificate. Only the race of the parent.
Okay. And so, but just to make sure, the vital records do not have me identified as African American, Black American, or Negro. No race at all. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, and so, okay, well,
But now again, if you do not want Negro to be listed as the race of your mother and the race of your father, we can actually change that.
Well, actually, that's
is Black, or we can change it to say African American. That is your choice, or it can be left exactly like it is.
Could you change it to Asiatic? Because according to constitutional law, Black, African American, and Black American, African American, and Negro are the same. So
I can't change it to Asiatic. No.
Oh.
There would have to be proof that their race was recorded incorrectly. If I change it to Black or African American, that is all, as you said, the same thing. Negro, Black, African American is all the. It's just different.
According to constitutional law, that means that is they're not considered to be in the constitutional fold because the Constitution does not recognize those terms as being a part of constitutional law. So it's not a race. So if there's no, because Black is a color, in African American, what is African American? So that's what. So that's what Black
or African American is considered a type of race. That is one of the races that can be chosen to be put on a birth certificate.
Okay, but it's a type of race.
Yes, ma'am. It's a category for race. Yes, ma'am.
A type of race. Okay, but Asiatic is not.
No, ma'am.
Asiatic is not considered a race. Because you said no quickly when I spoke of Asiatic, but African American, Black, and Negro is considered a type of race. That is interesting. Because according to constitutional law, for instance, if they was to claim a nationality, if my parents were still in existence, and they was to tell, and they wanted to affirm, be naturalized to uphold constitutional law, the U.S.A. Constitution, and they say I'm Black, you have to claim a nationality in order to do such things. And it would just be interesting because they would be refused because Black, African American, Negro is not a part of naturalization. It's not including naturalization because it's not a nationality. It's not a part of the. It's not considered a part of human family according to constitutional law.
Okay, well, as far as nationality and all like that, your birth occurred in the United States, so there is nothing to be done to change nationality in that regard.
You're born. You're supposed to proclaim a nationality when you affirm to uphold constitutional law of the U.S. of the United States of America.
Yeah, well, I can do what we can do as far as the birth certificate, so I'm not going to get into anything about any of that because that doesn't have anything to do with what you were wanting to do on your birth certificate. So we have, as the letter says, we have changed your name based on the court order, and for us to issue that birth certificate, there is that $15 fee, and it's up to you if you want to change your parents' race from just saying Negro to either Black or African American. I can send out the form for that, or you can leave it as it is. When we issue your birth certificate to you, once you pay that $15, you will not see the race of the parents on there. You will see the name it was changed to, your date of birth, the county you were born in, the names of your mother and your father, their ages, and their places of birth. That's what will be recorded on the certificate that we issue.
Oh, okay. But once again, I am not identified with a race according to vital records.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That is
In North
something that
Carolina.
you'll identify on yourself at any paper that you personally fill out somewhere.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. What's your name again?
My name is Sheila.
Sheila. Do you have a customer number or
Do I have what?
a customer number or a customer rep number or just Sheila?
No, my name is Sheila, okay? I'm the only Sheila in the amendments unit.
Sheila. Okay. Okay. I just need to make sure that because just okay because of information. I just thank you so much. Okay,
You're
and
welcome.
I'm gonna go ahead and send the $15 to have my birth
Okay.
certificate mailed to me. Okay.
All right. Well, you have a good day and stay safe.
Oh, you too. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.